Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, and I'm very honored to be joined by Jon Dwoskin, who is a business coach, author, speaker, and podcaster. So, Jon, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate being here, Tom.
I really appreciate it. And whereabouts are you in the world right now?
Detroit, Michigan.
Fantastic. Thank you. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to share a little bit more about Jon before we do get started. So Jon is the author of the Think Big movement, and he helps successful business owners who are stuck and want to get and stay unstuck. The title for today's episode is therefore How to Get Unstuck in Your Business. And Jon's going to show us how to do that in just 7 minutes. So question number one today is,
Yes.
who are your ideal clients?
My ideal clients are, I work with solopreneurs to Fortune 100 companies and everything in between. I work
Amazing.
with C-level execs, leadership teams, owners, managers, and salespeople. And I work with them all, C-level execs and leadership teams and owners of companies on business planning, setting visions, clear messaging, reverse engineering everything, effective communication, leadership skills, and all of the things that they need to really grow the business, the culture, and their people. Most managers do not know how to manage people.
Yep.
They got their job because they were good at their job, and they got promoted to be manager. They then don't know typically how to manage people, and they aren't trained to. And so I train a lot of managers and then salespeople to work with them on the growth of their business every single week for consistency purposes.
So huge spectrum of people that you help here. But is there one thing that's typically the biggest challenge that all of these people face?
They're stuck and they need to get unstuck. And the same level of consciousness that got them to where they are, they realize cannot get them to where they want to be. They need somebody like me who comes from I have a big business background. I've started and sold companies, restructured companies, built companies. I've worn all of the hats. And so I can come in and really help and accelerate their growth at a very fast rate.
Great. And if they do stay stuck, they don't get unstuck, what impact does that normally have on either them or their business?
If they stay stuck, they become complacent. They miss opportunities. They increase their probability of, they get stuck. And so what happens is their productivity goes down. It goes backward. They don't grow. They start losing clients because and alliances and ambassadors because they're not doing the little things every day that compound over time.
Got it. Okay, perfect. So what is the one piece of valued advice that you might give to somebody who is currently stuck in their business?
Ask for help. Ask for help. We all need mentors and coaches. Get a mentor, get a coach, get an accountability partner, ask for help, and be consistent in accepting and executing the help.
Yeah, of course. Fantastic. And I'm sure with all of your years of experience, you've got some great resources and content and videos you can share. Is there one specific resource that you'd share with our audience today to help them?
So I have, you can download my book, The Think Big Movement, for free, or my 100-page, 10-chapter PDF workbook, How to Think Big, on my website, both for free, jondwoskin.com. And they're packed with just tons. I also have close to 1,000, depending on when you air this, maybe over 1,000 podcast episodes that are filled, and as well as hundreds of tips and tons of Forbes articles and blogs. Yeah.
Fantastic. So head on over to that website, then I'll put the link in the show notes below here so people can click on that and they can jump right in and download some of those
Thank you.
resources. Okay, so moving on to a slightly different topic now. The next question is, what would you say is your greatest failure that you've ever made either in life or business, and what did you learn from it?
I would say the biggest failure is when I was young, I didn't understand the power of my voice. As I was, I started an internet company right out of college. I didn't realize that, if you say something the wrong way, or it's sarcastic, or, the way you throw out a joke or this and the other, it really has the potential of being very perceived as very negative. And I didn't realize that. I had to I rationally knew it, but I just thought, I wasn't paying attention to it until it got brought to my attention. And then you realize, the power of your presence and your word and everything that you do and say is under a microscope, and it really matters. And the way people hear things and perceive things may be much different than how you say or what the intent is
Yeah.
behind it. And
Yeah.
so, so what I did was once I got to that realization in my early 20s, I got a business coach and a communications coach, and I started reading and studying and working on how to evolve myself.
Great. Amazing.
Yeah,
And that one thing that you say in the wrong way, or was taken the wrong way, can have a lasting impression on somebody
correct.
else as well, can't it?
Right. It can really linger,
Hmm.
and when you have really no ill intent,
Yeah.
but somebody hears it the wrong way, it throws out a
Hmm.
trigger. It can
Yeah.
linger for a lifetime for other people, and
Yep. Of
that
course.
still bothers me.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. Love that bit of advice. And the last question for me today is, what is the one question that I should have asked you that will also give some great value to our audience today?
Um, what's one thing I've learned in my 49 years, and that would
Great.
be slow down. Right.
Yeah. Hmm.
Know when to unplug, know when to reboot, know when to get recentered, know when to really just take a walk in nature and just put the
Yeah.
work away.
Yeah.
Because you got to be able to just enjoy the moments without being tied to your work.
Got it. And that's quite challenging for a lot of entrepreneurs, I'm sure, but great advice to stick to. So, Jon, thank you so much again for your time
You.
and for sharing such great value with our audience today.
Thank you so much, Tom, for having me on the show. I appreciate it. Anybody can get a hold of me at jondwoskin.com.